He is. My man is.
Why were we laughing at that? Why, D-Wood, why are we laughing?
Because John Harbaugh ain't with it anymore. And I said something different in the break, but he's not with it anymore. John Harbaugh is fed up. He's played along with it for, when at the beginning, but listen, as players, we all know, like coaches, they know, like coaches man, you healthy enough to play. You know you should be out there playing with everybody else out here injured. And listen, if I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm not stepping back on that field unless I am 100%. Because, everyone will talk about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott got paid after that. But Dak Prescott's game isn't Lamar Jackson's game. Like, everything is built around Lamar Jackson and his style of play, and his legs are so much a part of his game. I'm not messing up my bag because you putting up a hissy fit in the press conference trying to get me back out there to play. No, sir.
I mean, I think living life without Lamar Jackson will make you look like that.
Once
you have experience, because if you remember, they were very bad at football when they had Joe Flacco. Lamar Jackson showed up, they win 6 games in a row and get to the playoffs. Since then, John Harbaugh has had Lamar Jackson with him for most games, and it changes things. You get accustomed to that. You get accustomed to things, and now they're like, nah, go back, go figure it out with Snoop. It's a little bit different.
Because think about John Harbaugh with Lamar. I love you, man. I love you, Lamar. Like, that man looks so happy just to have Lamar, and he looks broken and tired. And I think for a head coach, you understand the business side of it. But at some point as the head coach, you're trying to win games. And that business side upstairs is now messing up what we're trying to do down here. And this is a whole saga from the offseason we were talking about. We all thought Lamar would get paid before the season even started. And the fact that we are at the conclusion of the regular season and we are here, I would look like John Harbaugh as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, since Lamar got hurt, the Baltimore Ravens offense, 10 points, 16 points, 3 points, 17 points, 13 points.
And it's not just
It's hard to win games in this league like that, Jim.
Right.
And we talked about it coming into the second half of this season. They had the easiest strength of schedule of anybody in the National Football League, and yet they have a hard time coming by wins. And if you're John Harbaugh with the team that you have right now, without having that missing piece in Lamar Jackson that puts you over the top, it's hard to do your job as a head coach.
Then let me ask you a direct and I acknowledge difficult question to which you do not know the answer, but you can take an educated guess. If Lamar Jackson had the contract that he wanted last season, would he be playing right now?
Yeah, it's easy to put myself on the line when I have a guaranteed contract like Deshaun Watson does. And oh, by the way, I've got an MVP, which Deshaun Watson doesn't. And I don't have the baggage off the field that Deshaun Watson does.
Right.
So why haven't you paid me? Why haven't you compensated me? If you've built this entire thing around me, why haven't you given me my true value representative in the contract? That's the issue right now. And you have to understand that that's going to factor into the math with any decision that the player makes moving forward.
We okay with that, D-Wood? We okay? Again, we cannot, I am not inside of Lamar Jackson's body. I'm not inside his knee. I don't know the situation. But if indeed we believe that that is a factor in all of this, is everyone okay with it? Are all the teammates okay with it? Everyone okay with it? Are you okay with it?
Am I okay with it?
Yeah, are you okay with it? If he's healthy enough to play and he's not because the team didn't give him the contract,
I mean, as a player, no, I wouldn't be okay with it. I would not be okay with it because my whole thing is like business needs to be taken care of now. Once football rolls around,
and especially
we got
You on your own, D-Wood.
I don't know about that. I've been in that situation,
we are First Lady and Bishop, but here's where the dividing line is today. I understand the optics of it because Lamar, without a contract, was at practices, like started the season, like he was on the field, and he said, I want to be here, I have to be here. So it does look a little odd now that we're at the end, and all of a sudden, if he's healthy and he's not showing up. But that is where you and I diverge, because I think at some point you have to use whatever leverage. And we thought he had all the leverage, to your point, of this whole offense. John Harbaugh saying, trusting Lamar in situations, like, go for it. Like, they built this whole thing around Lamar, and that was supposed to be enough leverage. And right now it isn't.
Granny, I said before the season, Lamar Jackson shouldn't step on the grass until he had a contract. I said that. I said that, and I just kept pounding the table about that. He should not step on a blade of grass until the contract is done. And the fact that, okay, we've seen Lamar Jackson play this year. We've seen him play a lot of football this year. And now when it's, we get down to the nitty gritty right now.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I guess as a teammate, Lamar Jackson has been in plenty nitties and gritties, so I don't need him to prove nothing to me. I think we should be clear that he says he's injured, so we believe that he is injured. We're saying hypothetically in a situation like this. If I were in a situation like this and I was on the team, when it's with the business and it's about the money, you do what you got to do, man. I understand, and it's different because this is not a Super Bowl caliber team.
That is true.
This is not
they
can't think that.
This is not the 14
You're in that locker room? Are you thinking we can't win the Super Bowl?
No.
I mean, I'm sure you got to know, but
you can't think that though, Nick. But what I will say is this:
you got one I don't. Maybe that's why.
Stop yourself, man. But what you can't do as a player is make assumptions about someone else's health, right? Yeah. If Lamar Jackson is saying that he can't go out there and play for whatever reason, you have to own that. You have to accept that as a teammate. But in just looking at it, as close as he is to free agency and what's going to happen this offseason and potentially getting the long-term financial security that he and his family want, you would understand why he would make conservative decisions at this point. Why risk it? You're talking about a knee ligament injury for a mobile quarterback.
We talk about it like it's binary, like either you're healthy or you're not healthy.
Right.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.